At the south end of Ōtāhuhu stands a 45-foot obelisk, a memorial to a colonel who led attacks on Waikato Māori throughout 1864 in what we now know as New Zealand's wars.
I think it ought to be removed. I'm not saying totally. I think it is part of our history, but it needs to be put in a museum and we need to have a debate and a discussion about it. But it certainly ought not to be up there standing in memory of who I think was a thug, a person who raised the militia and then went down to Te Awamutu and killed innocent women and children.
Ngāti Apakura e Ngāti Henetu kaumātua Professor Tom Roa says Nixon and his troops set alight a wharikarakia or church. Records show 12 people were killed. Mr. Roa, who is a descendant of the survivors, had no idea the monument existed.
And it has to be a concern that the leader of those troops, Colonel Nixon, is memorialised for courage, bravery, when he led this atrocity perpetrated on our Ngāti Apakura, Ngāti Henetu.
The memorial occupies a triangular reserve on Great South Road. I met Marcia Stockel strolling through the reserve and I asked her if she knew about Colonel Marmaduke Nixon.
They say, that's where you read Waikato campaign, in memory of the brave men who served their queen and country in the Māori War. So in effect, this is a colonial monument, but it'll be on the side of the British. There's no reason why the Māori people can't put their own monument up to their dead.
Would you be okay if they put one right at the back there all the way up?
Well, I don't know what the dispute is about. I've only just heard about it.
And Marcia isn't alone. Down the road at the local pub, 3 retirees, including Graham Stevenson, enjoyed a beer.
I don't know much about that one. That must have been the Waikato land wars, was it? But yeah, I don't know much about that.
Outside the Ōtāhuhu tavern, Mark was familiar with the memorial, but not the story behind it.
Well, I know that from the war. The obelisk, I think, is for the fallen soldiers.
Kaumātua Tom Roa says while he doesn't support removing the monument, a conversation needs to be had so New Zealanders like Mark and Graham have a better understanding of our past.
This is one of the most ignominious events in New Zealand history, which has been overlooked, marginalised, hidden in our history in New Zealand.
A tutor working across the road from the Nixon Memorial, Susan Ramsey, is from Ngāti Te Ata, a Waikato iwi, and reacted like this when she became aware of who Marmaduke Nixon was. Do you think it's appropriate?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't think it's appropriate that we pay homage to someone who would do something and especially to our women.
Shane Te Pau says he's been motivated by his children to challenge the Auckland Council and Mayor Phil Goff to make changes.
You know, they asked me what that was about and I went and read it and I went and studied and I thought, what? We've got a commemoration in modern New Zealand to this guy. How do we explain this to our kids?
So after learning about the monument to Colonel Nixon, a man who waged war on Waikato Māori, what did our locals think now?
Well, if that is verified, as what's happened, then I'm going to have to agree. I don't think that should be there.
No, I'd say it's been there that long, but you just leave it there. If they want to build another one, well, yeah, put another one wherever they want to relocate it. That's entirely up to them. But I suppose that's the Maoris, though.
I think that there should be a monument maybe to recognise that hara or that, what happened there. And that to raise awareness too of the Waikato Wars and how little we obviously know.
We're supposed to be a bit more enlightened, and I think there should be some recognition of the Māori who died there.
Auckland's Mayor Phil Goff says if there is sentiment in the community that the other side of the story needs to be told, then he's not opposed to it. But whether that means Marmaduke Nixon stays or goes isn't clear. Mo te hōtaka o te ata nei ko Mihingarangi Forbes. Ahau.